Hello everyone, I'm Hazel Dehande, and good afternoon everyone. Today I'm here to present the introduction of our case study about UDM's Henry C. Buildings Clinic. This section serves as the foundation of our discussion, highlighting the building's significant contributions and things to address in the university clinic. Initially, the building was constructed to address the growing needs of UDM expanding student population. Over time, it has evolved into a symbol of innovation and progress. Its state-of-the-art design and sustainable future reflects the UDM's forward-thinking approach to education. Currently, it houses the College of Business Administration, fostering the nurturing of environment of the next generation's business leaders. Apart from its academic facilities, the Henry C. Building also includes the clinic, designed to help the immediate help of the healthcare of the students and faculty and staff. This clinic operates with limited resources, which constrains the sufficient staffing and its ability to provide comprehensive healthcare. This case study aims to explore the challenges faced by the clinic in terms of structure, resource allocation, and the range of healthcare services it provides. By examining these aspects, we hope to identify areas for improvement and propose actionable solutions to enhance the well-being of the university community.
So, good day everyone. I am Christine J.B. Bringel and I'll tackle about the objectives of our case study. So, the first one is we will identify and analyze the challenges faced by UDM Henry C. Building Clinic. So, which are the 4 M's? Second one is to improve the clinic service by fixing these issues with better staffing, resource management, equipment maintenance, and operational processes to enhance patient care and efficiency. So the third one is to improve healthcare delivery, and the fourth one is to document the findings through research methodologies, and the fifth one is to ensure acute identification issues. So the sixth one is to develop preliminary study and to propose specific solutions, to evaluate the potential benefits and to conduct cost-benefit analysis, and to present implementation plan, and lastly is to monitor and evaluate the system.
Good afternoon everyone, I am Marjorie Lambino and I am here to tackle the statement of the problem. So the UDM Henry C. Building Clinic faces several operational challenges, including insufficient staffing, overworked personnel, outdated equipment, limited medical supplies, and inefficient patient management system. So these issues result in delays in patient care, staff burnout, and inadequate healthcare service delivery. So first, we have the insufficient staffing. In insufficient staffing, this is where the clinic has only 1 to 2 nurses on duties at any given time, which is insufficient to handle the healthcare needs of a large university population. There are no part-time staff or additional personnel to cover the gaps, leading to delays in the patient care. Next, we have the overwork and burnout staff. So this is where the staff work long hours, leading to fatigue, which causes increased chances of errors in patient care. So the burnout caused by understaffing negatively affects their mental and physical health, which impacts the quality of care provided. Yeah. Next we have the limited medical supplies. Limited medical supplies, this is where the basic medical supplies like bandages and medicines are often run out, leaving the clinic unprepared for emergencies. So the restocking process is slow and unorganized, further aggravating this situation. Next one, we have the no system for inventory management. So in this case, there is no automated system to track medical supplies, leading to stockouts and mismanagement. So the lack of monitoring result in wasted resources and inconsistent availability of necessary items. The next one, we have the outdated equipment. The outdated equipment, this is where the clinic relies on old and poorly maintained diagnostic tools, limiting its ability to perform routine checks and emergency interventions. The essential life-saving devices like defibrillators and nebulizers are missing. Next, we have the absence for medical devices. Absence for medical devices, this is where the clinic lacks critical equipment for emergency scenarios such as oxygen tanks and intravenous supplies. This absence compromises the clinic's ability to handle urgent health crises effectively. Next, we have the insufficient patient management system. This is where the patient records are kept manually, which delays the processes like appointment scheduling and accessing patient histories. So this inefficiency hinders quick decision making and reduces the quality of healthcare services. The last one, we have the lack of clear scheduling for appointment and emergencies. So in this case, there is no defined system for booking appointments or handling emergencies, leading to confusion among patients. So ineffective scheduling practices result in longer wait times and scheduling conflicts and overall dissatisfaction. Additionally, the lack of inventory and appointment scheduling system exacerbates the inefficiencies, compromising the quality of care and preparedness for emergencies.
For the causes of the problem, we have here first category is manpower. The clinic suffers from insufficient staffing with only 1 to 2 nurses available at any given time. This limited workforce causes delays in patient care and leaves no room for part-time staff to provide additional coverage. As a result, the staff is often overworked, leading to fatigue, heightened stress, and burnout. This not only impacts the quality of care but also increases the risk of errors in medical services. Next, we examine the issues with materials. The clinic frequently experiences shortage of essential medical supplies like bandages and medications. This shortage can be critical during emergencies. Compounding this problem is the absence of an inventory management system, making it difficult to monitor stock level effectively without an automated system. Supplies run out unexpectedly, leading to management and waste. The third issue is the machine. The clinic relies on outdated diagnostic tools which are not only inefficient but also prone to maintenance issue. This limits the clinic ability to conduct routine health check. Moreover, the absence of emergency medical devices such as defibrillators and nebulizers is alarming, as it restricts the clinic's capacity to handle life-threatening situations, and additionally, the lack of automated health record system hampers seamless patient care. Lastly, we address the method. The clinic operates on a manual record-keeping system, which delays patient management, scheduling, and hard-to-track patient history. There is also no lack of clear scheduling for appointments and emergencies. Patients often face confusions about how to book appointments, and emergency cases are not prioritized systematically. These gaps results in scheduling conflicts, delays, and inconsistencies in providing timely care.
So next, we have the quality control. So me and my group mates, we prepare a fishbone diagram where the problems are indicated individually. So the proposed quality control measure focuses on addressing the clinic's operational gaps by improving staffing levels, upgrading medical equipment, implementing inventory and patient management system, and enhancing the staff training. So these measures aim to streamline clinic operations, improve service delivery, and ensure compliance with healthcare standards to better meet the needs of the university community.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carl Francis Costello, and I'm here to present the improvement proposal and the layout of the before and after of the clinic. So first is the existing office floor layout. So as we can see, the University Clinic layout annex building has two beds, two tables for nurses and administration. So the University Clinic located in the annex building needs to be relocated in the entrepreneurship lab on the first floor to provide necessary supplies and better must serve the faculty, students, and staffs and administration. This move will benefit hospitals and universities by preparing for health issues and promoting a safer, healthier environment for learning and well-being. Next one is the improvement proposal, scope and limitation. First one is the budgetary constraints. Implementation of the proposed solution depends on the availability of funding, which may be limited. Next one is the dependency of university administration. The dependency of the university administration is execution of recommendations such as relocating the clinic and increasing the staffing requirements approval. And cooperation from university administration and other shareholders. Next one is the staffing and recruitment challenges. Hiring additional personnel or employees is subject to market availability and organizational hiring processes. The fourth one is the technology implementation. The technology implementation is the introduction of advanced automated system for inventory and health records requires initial setup costs and ongoing technical support. Next one is the facility limitation. Facility limitations talks about physical space constraints may affect the extent to which the clinic can expand, upgrade its facilities. And last one is the external supply and chain issues. Restocking medical supplies is dependent on the reliability of external weapons and vendors and suppliers, which can lead to delays. By focusing on these specific areas, this document aims to provide actionable solutions while recognizing the challenges and constraints that may limit the full implementation of these recommendations.
My name is David Fernandez, and I will discuss about the rapid reimbursement system. The first problem is the manpower. Due to the insufficient manpower, the clinic only 1 or 2 nurses are on duty. Reason why the treatment are delayed. The staff is also overworked and performing. The second one is the material. The second one is the material. The clinic is a limited to the regulated medicine such as digestive and material such as bandage. And there's no also system for inventory management. Reason why they're experiencing difficulties in monitoring the supply and they often run out unexpectedly. The next one is the machine. The outdated such as old-time uses, the movement privileges and area that there is no also lack of maintenance and plastic, the absence of emergency medicine, medical devices, such as regularizing fatal mistake because of significant is let's say that needed in case of emergency. The last one is the methods. The insufficient, the last one is the method. The insufficient patient management system, such as manual checking and record. Reason why is the hard to check the patient record in this one. There is also a lack of clear scheduling for appointment emergency. That became a reason for frequently scheduling conflict education. The next topic is proposed system features and function. The first one is the facilities and service management. The clinic should be relegated to the larger facilities such as terminal lab in order to move the nurses free and improve efficiency during the inconvenience. And they also need to increase the number of nurses to assist more students at the same time. The next one is to ensure the clinic has at least 4 beds for better patient assistance and management. Also, they need to request additional funding in order to upgrade and purchase new material and equipment. The next one is reports and record management. Enable nurses and admin assistant to upload, track, and manage student medical record efficiently. Allow personnel to upload, delete, and update the record for organized documentation. Nurses evaluate and handle student medical records to assess potential changes. The next one is the service and assistance management. Ensure students receive medical assistance during visit. Also, they also need to evaluate the nurses and assistant in order to know what they lost and what they need to improve. And maintain stock for regulated medicines such as basic and materials such as bandage for emergencies and provide their instruction on clinic services and management. Also hire another manpower to improve their services. The next one is the last one is the features. Improve ease of to access patient record for nurses and outpatient enhance patient management and assistance and allow nurses to work freely with proper spaces, materials, and support. Provide sufficient rest period for personal care and burnout. Also perform timely maintenance for uninterrupted clinic operation. And lastly, prioritize appointment and good service standards.
So the last one is the improvement proposal for clinic after the South Visit, there are 4 beds, 3 tables for nurses and admins, 4 chairs for waiting area, and other supplies and equipment used for cleaning. The school clinic, university clinic is proposed to move to the production lab for increased space and facilities. Engineering area areas and needs, clinic should accommodate more students, especially those with 3,000 hours
achieve this person is lack of function and lack of supply. That needed to provide the service for the our proposed solution is that we will relocate our clinic to the Andrew Club. The Andrew Club is to have more space and have more function than the currently clinic room right now. Next please. There are four functions that we propose: manpower, materials and equipment, renovation and transfer cost, system and equipment. Manpower is the main purpose of our research. We will hire additional staff and provide proper coverage for the reduced burn. Manpower for cleaners, 25,000 month salary. Quantity of 2, duration of 12. That total cost of 600 per unit. Administrative staff, 18,000, only one quantity in 12 months. Total cost of 216 per unit. The total cost for a whole year for a manpower is 860. Material equipment. Produce a new and additional medical supply and equipment for usage of the newly improved team. One sample equipment, generator, 150 quantity of 1. That uses for air reviving situation. Nebulizer, 1,500, quantity of 2, total cost of 15,000. Emergency tank oxygen, 12,000, quantity of 1, total cost of 12,000. New BP monitor, 3,500, quantity of 4, total cost of 14,000. First aid kit and wound staff, unit of 5 units, per cost of 1,500, total cost of 700, 500. And other medical material is cost 20,000 per a quantity of 12 months. That the total include 240 per month. The total cost for our material and equipment is around 438,500. Next please. Renovation and transfer costs. Configuration that the Andrew Club is down below that we are going to reconsider and rebuild that. Our total of renovation transport rate per square meter is 12. The total ratio of area per square meter is 60. That will be total cost of 700,000. And the additional furnace and tables and beds will cost 50. The total cost for our renovation and transportation cost will be 800,000. System upgrade. To develop a patient that system can include vehicles, generator and trucks. The supplies. One more component is software development. That costs 300. The basic laptop that costs 35,000. Maintenance of 1 year, 50,000. The total storage system upgrade costs 385,000. Next please. So this is the summary of our improvement costs. All combined by the manpower, equipment, materials, delivery, transfer, and system upgrade. The overall of our project will be total 2,439,000. Next.
in our conclusion overall that our concept guarantee for our future and present student that will be used to have a better healthcare and use for our community. Next question. That's all. Thank you.
Sino mag-next?
Good day, I'm Melanie Joy Giliano, and I am here to report about the cost-benefit analysis. For the introduction, the UDM Medici Building Clinic was relocated and improved to better serve students, faculty, and staff with accessible healthcare, supporting a healthier learning environment. As a government school, UDM aims to prioritize public welfare and efficient use of resources while fulfilling its mission of quality education and services. Next. So here's the table for the cost benefit analysis. We have our activity cost and benefit. For our activity, we have the clinic transfer and improvement, and its cost is 2,459,500 pesos. And for the benefits, we have the improved health services and well-being, better emergency preparedness, increased student staff satisfaction, and enhanced trust in institutional care. Next. So for the non-monetary benefits, the first one is improved health outcomes. A larger clinic with sufficient staff equipment and medical supplies ensures students and staff get timely and proper care. These help reduce absences caused by untreated illnesses and supports the overall health of the campus community. The next one is the enhanced student experience. By providing reliable healthcare services, the university demonstrates its commitment to the well-being of its students and staff. This creates a more supportive environment that can lead to better academic performance and higher retention rates. For the next one, we have the better emergency preparedness. Access to essential life-saving equipment like defibrillators and oxygen tanks along with additional medical staff ensures the clinic can handle emergencies effectively, reducing health risks and improving safety on campus. The fourth one is the alignment with government mandates. The clinic upgrade aligns with the Philippine government's commitment to public health as stated in the Constitution. This improvement helped the university fulfill its responsibility to promote health and safety in educational institutions. The fifth one is the resource optimization. By repurposing existing spaces like transitioning to the entrepreneurship lab, the university avoids the cost of building new facilities. This efficient use of resources reduces overcrowding and improves clinic operations for patients and staff alike. And then the last one is the future-ready system. The digitalization of patient records and inventory management improves accuracy and efficiency, ensuring the clinic can meet the growing demands of the university's population while minimizing errors. Next is the qualifying potential benefits. Although the university does not generate tuition revenue as a government-funded institution, the improved clinic indirectly contributes to better academic outcomes and community trust based on this historical data. The first one is the increased student satisfaction and retention. Better service boosts satisfaction leading to a 10% increase in students studying in school. The next one is the cost saving on emergency referrals. Improved equipment lets the clinic handle more cases, saving up to 500,000 pesos yearly on external referrals. And then the last one is the improved productivity. Fewer absences, improved academic and staff performance supporting the university's goal. Next. And then for the conclusion, the 2,439,500 pesos investment enhances health, safety, and well-being at UDM. With long-term benefit for student success, staff welfare, and the university's reputation, it reflects a commitment to public services, efficient resource use, and government mandates for safe educational environments. This initiative ensures UDM remains a leader in quality public education and healthcare support. That's all.
My name is Tony Sanchez. I will list the recommendation and benefits today. personal nursing assistant or assistant can make sure that every student that being sent to the clinic can be given more attention. Reduce burnout. I'm in a part-time or assistant that can reduce the workload that can cause of the burnout. This will increase the medical quality performance and reduce burnout. Evaluation of staff service. Staff need to know the assessment and quality of their work. To be accustomed in their work and provide their skill in medical even faster. Method. Implementing a digital patient management system. Using digital management system can make patient data information that will lead to take to for medical attention. This will bring us assistant to arrange the information more easy to be more to make easy and find more faster. The guideline for appointment and emergencies. Appointment should be certificated with the emergency. To give more attention to the student that need urgent medical attention before it becomes worse. And as for appointment, it will give more arrangement and space in the clinic to give them a medical attention more smoothly. This will also give the fairness among the patient. Materials. Stock up medical supplies. The primary equipment need of the clinics such as first aid, medicine, and bandage should always be stock available to avoid securing the preparedness for unexpected emergency that might happen anytime. Improve the accessibility. Arranging material and equipment in the larger, more functional space, ensuring that easy of access and smooth operation enables to staff that provide quicker and smooth care, minimizing wait times. The machine, upgrade equipment. Using the latest equipment and diagnosis tool can give patient information about their health. How to give them a health advice before that can prevent it from happening. Ensure the good maintenance of the device. Ensure that the device works properly. We prevent that disruption in the middle of emergency. This will avoid the delay in medical treatment that can cause a major problem. Facilities and settings. Manage when relocating clinic to a large facility. Moving the entrepreneurship lab provide a large spacious environment, accommodating more bed equipment and staff. Address of overcrowded allow for health patient management and enhancing everything that